We have another two wonderful guests with us here at the National Emergency Briefing in London on climate change and nature. If you could say who you are and where you're from.
My name is Etienne Stott. I'm here with Champions for Earth. I'm an Olympic gold medalist from London 2012.
And I'm Kate Strong. I'm a world champion triathlete, multiple world record holder in cycling and also behavioural change.
So you heard the briefing today by the scientists. Did you feel that it hit the target?
I think it absolutely told the truth as I understood it. It's something that I think is now being aired on this stage at this level, but I think lots of people who are well informed perhaps already understood this stuff. But it was great to hear it being said clearly. We need to make change. This is an emergency, and the benefits of acting are going to be so good compared, at very least, to the drawbacks of inaction.
For me, it was great to actually hear us being talked to by adults as we are adults, not hiding the facts, not giving us the softened down versions. We can do something if we're told the truth, and today was definitely a truth-telling moment.
And the positive side was that we still have room for action. They all laid out the areas that we need to act upon. And actually, it's not that we just get one benefit. We got like 15, according to the health expert, I think it was, or maybe the food expert. I can't remember. I think it was the food expert. But, the multiple benefits we had from action. So it's not a negative story, right? It's a positive story. How do you tell that as an athlete?
Well, the thing is, we know that sports has this incredible power to communicate to people across the world, across boundaries, and sport unfortunately is conveying very often negative behaviors, is riven with fossil fuel and high polluting sponsorships, and is actually the power of sport is being used by the bad guys to delay action, to make to spread misinformation and disinformation. So we need to actually reclaim the space of sport and use the power of sport to tell a positive story and use the sporting mindset, rising to challenges, taking on difficult situations truthfully. That's exactly what sports people do all the time.
So we now have very strong and very effective renewable energy in the world as well. Many companies in that. I mean, solar and wind is now cheaper than chips. And maybe we should see more sponsorship from the renewable energy companies, and sport should just get rid of the fossil fuel sponsorship.
I'm 100% for that. Fossil fuel sponsorship in sport is a scourge. It's just like tobacco sponsorship. They are using sport. They're using small amounts of their money to have big impacts in sport and greenwashing, laundering their disgusting lies, essentially, using the beauty and power of sport. To me, that's totally unacceptable. And yes, we do need renewable energy. We need all the positive solutions to be communicated through sport.
Obviously, bicycles are a brilliant form of renewable energy. But what happens when you go out on your bicycle and start talking to people about climate change? Do they just switch off?
It is a curious subject because the philosophy around cyclists is N+1, where you always keep consuming and consuming and consuming, where we need to change that mindset as well. So I think people do switch off. It is overwhelming, or it's bigger out there, but we do need to change the narrative. And as we were saying, as athletes, we can do that with that marginal gain. Little and often we can work it down and make those big differences that we need.
It strikes me if that briefing is being turned into a film, and if it's packaged well, I think it could be a very interesting thing for people to watch, because instead of actually going, oh, I don't understand, I can't deal with this, it very much lays out the risks to the UK directly, not some other country, our country, and then it moves into the benefits that will come if we act on it. And I think this could be quite a useful tool.
You're completely right. Isn't it amazing, though? What if every politician told us the truth? This is what the documentary will tell us. It will tell us what we're not being told behind the scenes, so we can ask those clear questions and actually refute when we're getting those misinformation responses.
And should there be national emergency briefings on climate and nature on national television? And should other countries also think about doing this as well, so we're not just one country doing it?
100%. We can lead this. As we've said, Britain we've punched well above our weight. We can actually be a pioneer for positive change, and we should be definitely rolling it out across the nation as a climate emergency.
Yeah, it's past time. All countries are going to be affected by this, and there are countries in the world that have greater power to lead, greater power to demonstrate what is necessary, and also to support other countries who are less able to get through their just transition towards a better future. And I think it's entirely possible that Britain could be a key player in this process.
We have something for you. You may wish to wear it. We've got a campaign called Make Science Great Again. It's actually targeted at populist politicians in many countries now who think that somehow we can play fast and loose with climate science and other science too. Also, they seem to think they own the colour red. So we decided that they don't own the colour red. We can all have the colour red. So let me just make a walk this way. We've been very badly prepared, but I'm coming to our super bag with, I hope that's recyclable plastic. If not, I shall have to do something with it. Thank you so much. Can you do that? Yeah. Okay, we'll probably edit this bit out of the interview and make it look a bit more seamless. We'll go a little seamless. Okay, I'll do it again. So we have a campaign called Make Science Great Again. We launched that after the arrival of Donald Trump for the second time, who seems to think he owns the colour red and is playing fast and loose with the climate science. He's not the only one. We've got Nigel Farage in Britain. You've got something called the Alternative for Deutschland in Germany. There's many places where it's popping up. So we're doing this, and I want to give one to you for all the great work you're doing. So we give climate love to people who are doing good things on climate change and with the hats. So thank you very much indeed. Let's have a photo.
Science great again.